Do you know that the retail industry is undergoing a massive change? Today, we witness the collapse of not one, but 20 major retailers right in front of our eyes. The retail world is in serious trouble. Even the biggest stores around forever need help with economic challenges. It's like nothing we've seen since the 1970s. So get ready, because your favorite shopping spots might not survive this year. Trust me, reliable sources predict potential closure for iconic brands like Starbucks, Disney, trending clothing stores, and department giants. It's a tough battle out there, and many retailers are already giving up. They're dealing with falling sales, higher prices, and huge debts, all while the financial landscape becomes riskier. If you want to find out which of your favorite brands might disappear in the future, watch until the end, and remember to like and subscribe to our channel, Economic Empires, if you find value in our videos. Now, let's continue. Now, without wasting any more time, let's check out 20 retailers on the verge of bankruptcy. Number 1, Sears. After years of struggling, Sears, the once beloved department store, might finally say goodbye in 2023. Since filing for bankruptcy in 2018, the retailer has been steadily closing its doors. Despite selling off parts of the company and trying to diversify its revenue, Sears couldn't turn a profit. Retail expert Peter Verardi explained that Sears had not made a full-year profit since 2011. With these challenges in mind, Sears may likely become extinct this year. Number 2, Joanne. The craft store chain Joanne has been facing a messy situation lately. During the lockdowns, their sales skyrocketed as more people took up sewing and knitting as hobbies. However, things have been different since the economy reopened. In the last quarter of 2022, Joann's net sales dropped by 6.8%, reaching $463.3 million, and their profit decreased by 20%. To make matters worse, their debt climbed to $21.5 million. Looking ahead to 2023, Joanne is taking drastic measures by closing stores and laying off employees to save business. Number 3, Art Van Furniture. Art Van Furniture, a popular Midwest furniture retailer, is transforming significantly. Sadly, they filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, leading to the liquidation of all their assets. This means that 70% of their stores will close their doors by the end of the year. However, there's a glimmer of hope. Around 300 locations have been sold to a new parent company called Love's Furniture, and they are planning to reopen those stores. Number 4, True Religion. True Religion, a Los Angeles-based fashion retailer, is facing challenging times. The once popular premium jeans are no longer flying off the shelves as trendy athleisure clothing takes over. In 2017, the company filed for bankruptcy due to a massive $350 million debt. Then in 2020, the pandemic hit, forcing True Religion to file for Chapter 11 again. As the economy slowed down, the company had to close 64 stores. Now, a third bankruptcy is looming, with apparel demand steadily declining. True Religion's journey is a stark reflection of changing consumer preferences. Number 5, David's Bridal. The popular bridal retail chain David's Bridal recently made a distressing announcement. The company has filed for bankruptcy, and sadly, around 9,200 workers, about 82% of its staff, will be laid off. This is the second time in 5 years that David's Bridal has faced such financial difficulties. CEO James Markham shared that if a buyer is found later, all stores might have to close by the end of this year. This news has caused a wave of anxiety among brides-to-be across the country. Number 6, Gymboree. Gymboree, the struggling children's apparel retailer, is facing major challenges. They are dealing with serious cash flow issues, decreased customer visits, and increased competition. Things took a turn for the worse in March when a Moody's report downgraded Gymboree's status to negative. Shortly after, news broke about their recent bankruptcy filing, leading to the closure of 450 stores and the loss of jobs for many employees. Shockingly, no advance notice was given. As if that wasn't enough, the company is now grappling with a costly class action lawsuit filed by former staff members. Number 7, Clarks. Clarks, the iconic British footwear brand with a rich 200-year history, has significantly transformed. A Chinese company recently acquired the brand to enhance its financial standing. While Clark's operates in the United States and Europe, this change in ownership has led to the closure of 25 stores across America, resulting in the loss of approximately 2,000 jobs. Unfortunately, more job cuts may be imminent as the company navigates a challenging restructuring process. Number 8. Starbucks. Starbucks, the giant coffee house, managed to avoid the industry's retail chaos. However, they face significant challenges like shortage of ingredients, packaging, and staff. To tackle these issues, Starbucks is cutting costs by closing 500 locations. This means your local store might be on the chopping block. On another front, Disney's retail stores, which sell merchandise inspired by their famous films, are experiencing their lowest sales in a decade. To adapt, Disney plans to close an additional 53 locations this year, following the 60 closures in 2022. They are also reducing their workforce by 15% and focusing on online sales. Number 9. Belk. Belk, a department store chain operating in 16 states, has recently faced financial challenges. Moody's, a financial rating agency, placed Belk on its bankruptcy watch list in January. Belk had faced such difficulties before, as it was also in a similar situation in 2021. Experts predict that department stores and apparel brands will face even greater vulnerability due to shifting consumer demands and the impact of inflation on disposable incomes. This poses a significant risk for Belk and other retailers, as increased discounts and cautious consumer spending may lead to declining sales. Moody's analysts have highlighted these concerns for Belk. Number 10. 99 cents only store. The 99 cents only stores chain needs help with its finances. Despite restructuring its debt multiple times, the underlying financial issues persist. Rising inflation and high operational costs only worsen the situation. With over 350 locations in 4 states, the company faces falling consumer demand as people complain about increasing prices. Experts point out that the chain is at a competitive disadvantage compared to larger retailers with a more powerful network of suppliers and market influence. Negative cash flow and declining ratings indicate more trouble for the company. Number 11. Furniture Factory Outlet. Furniture Factory Outlet, a popular store in the heartland of America, faced a tough time during the pandemic. Despite being acquired by American Freight, the company struggled with slow customer spending and increasing debt. In a bid to survive, they made some bold moves. They had to shut down over 40 stores, but also took the opportunity to revamp and rebrand more than 30 locations. They hope these changes will attract more customers and keep their business afloat. Number 12. Guess. Bad news for jean specialist Guess. In the last quarter, they hit a roadblock on their journey to success in the U.S. market. Their financial report just revealed a staggering net loss of $2.9 million. What caused this downfall? Supply chain issues, skyrocketing transportation costs, and weak demand played major roles. Even during the holiday season, Guess had to close down nearly 100 locations across the country. As if that wasn't enough, the brand is now facing controversies over copyright problems. Renowned artists like Banksy are using social media to protest against Guess, stirring up public outrage. Will Guess be able to recover from this setback? Only time will tell. Number 13. Kohl's. In 1946, Kohl's began its journey as a supermarket chain. However, the grocery industry transformed as time passed and larger competitors overshadowed Kohl's. To adapt, they rebranded as a department store, hoping to find success in a different market. Unfortunately, the decline in retail has hit department stores hard, prompting Kohl's to exit the sector in 2022. They decided to focus on fitness, athleisure, and denim clothing. Sadly, insider data reveals that Kohl's has been experiencing a drop in retail sales for the past 7 months. This, coupled with a nationwide decrease in consumer spending, has severely impacted their finances. As a result, Moody's Analytics has put Kohl's on its bankruptcy watch list for 2023. Number 14. Christopher & Banks. Christopher & Banks, a popular women's clothing store that started in 1956, is facing some tough times. They had to file for bankruptcy not too long ago in 2021. Now they're holding massive going out of business sales, offering discounts of 40% to 60% off at their many stores across the country. Carrie Jones, the president and CEO of Christopher & Banks, explained that the pandemic hit them financially, leaving them no choice but to seek protection. Sadly, they have to bid farewell to their beloved customers, with over 400 stores shutting down all across America. Number 15, H&M. Popular clothing giant H&M is facing a turbulent time. Since January 2023, the company has been struggling to recover from the devastating impact of the pandemic. In an unexpected move, H&M recently announced permanently closing 320 stores this year, affecting over 1,500 jobs. Profits have taken a severe hit, surpassing initial estimates. CNBC warns that traditional retail stores like H&M are under immense pressure due to various challenges, such as rising e-commerce competition and the need to entice customers back to physical stores. Can they adapt and survive, or will they disappear forever? Number 16, Tops. Tops, the popular grocery store chain with approximately 180 locations across New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, and Pennsylvania, is facing a severe threat. The Wall Street Journal reports that this bankrupt company is drowning in debt and hemorrhaging money by paying a staggering $375 million in dividends. Unless a knight in shining armor emerges, Tops might vanish from the economic landscape. No buyers have come forward, leaving experts in the industry to fear that this once beloved supermarket is being abandoned to meet its demise. Number 17, Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder, the well-known retailer behind popular brands like Bobbi Brown, La Mer, Clinique, MAC Cosmetics, Origins, and more, has faced a significant setback. In the last quarter of 2022, their sales plummeted by 32%. As a result, Estee Lauder has made the tough decision to close 15 retail stores and multiple department store counters permanently. This move aims to limit their market exposure, but also means cutting over 2,000 jobs. Unfortunately, the outlook for 2023 remains bleak. Sales are expected to decline by 12% in the first quarter, with a potential 15% dip in revenue. This announcement caused a 53-cent drop in the company's shares this week. Number 18, Tom's Shoes. Tom's Shoes, a popular footwear brand, used to give away a pair of shoes to charity for every pair purchased, but things have been tough lately. Prices and sales have gone down, and the pressure has been building up for years. To stay afloat, Tom's had to make some changes. Instead of donating shoes, they started donating a portion of their profits to charity. It was a way to manage their debt and avoid financial crisis. However, even with these efforts, experts predict that this summer might be Tom's Shoes' final season. Morph, a popular beauty brand established in 2008, is sadly bidding farewell. Known for its collaborations with beauty YouTubers like James Charles, Jeffree Star, and Jaclyn Hill, Morph is now shutting down all its stores across the United States. This decision comes as a result of multiple lawsuits faced by the company in the past year, including one from the owners of Arden Fair Mall alleging unpaid rent in 2022. Furthermore, Morph's parent company, Former Brands, has also filed for bankruptcy. It's the end of an era for Morph and its loyal customers. Number 20, Disney. Disney's retail stores, known for selling clothing, toys, and other merchandise inspired by their beloved films, are facing their worst sales in a decade. Yahoo reports that an additional 53 locations will be closing this year, following 60 closures in 2022. As a result, the entertainment giant plans to cut 7,000 jobs, reducing its workforce by 15%. To combat this decline, Disney is shifting its focus to bolstering its online presence in order to continue selling its products. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next update.